Yeah. What? I like that. Okay. Oh. Hey, Flip, you know what your man's gonna do? Walk that trick. Walk that trick. Walk those tricks. Walk those tricks. Walk those tricks. Walk those tricks, Walk those tricks. Yeah, walk those tricks. I like it. What's up, idiots? Once again, it is I, the esteemed Melvin P. Thurgood III, doing a recap from the final battle. And our GC champion was in action last week. Of course, he had some pretty good marathon matches that only, well, I can't say only, but that are so on par with his performance in regular matches as he defeated his fellow Killer Goon members, Money MF and Mike in the Brass Hole, to advance to his next opponent, which was an open challenge issued by us, as we finally caught his ass again, slipping. And James Altraz did answer the call, and just as recently as Wednesday, that match finally concluded, and Big Mel is still your JC champion. Now, last week we had a four-way match, and it featured Brasso versus Machete Ramos, Flabby Boy, and the Emperor 2K Anomaly. Now, Flabby Boy and the Machete did not show up, so it became a one-on-one match that the Brasso was able to win. What? Hey, yeah. I don't know. Flabby Boy can... You know, some people say that if Flabby Boy can't fit through, then Fat Thomas probably shouldn't be able to fit through the door either. Only difference is Fat Thomas has a lot of grease on his fat, so he's able to slide right on in. Now, South Bronx Savage took on Martel the Carpenter, and Martel the Carpenter once again proved he can hang and defeated the South Bronx Savage, which earned him a shot. Yeah, it earned him a special prize, I guess. Book is very impressed. Now, Money MF and Mike took on KO Jason Shepard. And once again, KO Jason Shepard was able to pull out the win. Arigato. KO-san. Now, in another match, Super Champion King took on Jay LaMasters, the sponsored athlete, and the Super Champion King defeated the sponsored athlete. That, my friend, is never on the brand for things to happen. But hey, Super Champion King's been kind of up and down, but it's been pretty more lukewarm, kind of warming up. Interesting. Now, Crusher LB took on Red Death, and Red Death pounded that ass to pick up the win. No, I will not say pause. I don't need to say pause, because if I said he was pounding that ass and if something else came to your mind, I'm not the one that needs to say pause. Bobby Blaze, the greatest ever in WPA, took on Wolf Knight and picked up the win. And I'm not even surprised. No, I'm not, because it's Bobby Blaze. Bobby fucking Blaze. He's supposed to win. He's never supposed to lose. Ever. Now, Big Mel took on the badass Eddie Vendetti, and that match went to a time limit draw as both individuals fought to the outside of the ring and then back into the ring, and they just couldn't get the upper hand on each other. Which, it was actually pretty good. We're gonna call that the match of the night, folks. That was the match of the night. Big Mel versus badass Eddie Vendetti, because that one was a barn burner. I mean, it was counter after counter, kick out after kick out, pinning attempt, smack in the face, smack on the ass, smack on the ass. Even the ref was getting into it. He got a little box of popcorn and was watching intently. Now, James Altrez took on one half of the tag team champions, Mac Blakely. And just like his partner, Red Death, Mac Blakely was able to pick up the win. Now, I hear through the grapevine that James Altrez is finally going to get his rematch for the tag team championship. I mean, hell, it only took him a year. Now, in retrospect, it can be said that a lot of things happened that prevented him from getting that rematch. His partner took ill. He won a world title twice. He was embroiled in a very controversial Survivor Series match. So, tag team turmoil came up. A lot of things. So, he's finally going to cash that sucker in, though. I mean, it's good to keep one in your back pocket every now and then. Now, the First Lady took on the Messiah, and the Messiah was able to defeat the First Lady. That's a big win for him. Shit, that's to be the only time he ever comes out on top on a woman. I heard he likes to be on the bottom. He's a bottom bitch. Now, Captain Mexico took on the Street Fight King, and Captain Mexico, as of late, we will say, has seemed to turn a corner and is starting to pick up wins. So, which is good, because, you keep losing, then you fall out the top 10, and then, next thing you know, you're in triple threat matches, and this match, and that match, and stay in the top 10, you get the better prizes. And in our last match, it was Jermaine the God Walker facing the Commish. And Jermaine Walker defeated the Commish just like Johnny Rocco did it previously. Now, normally we would say this would be his introduction to WPA, really, because he'd be facing the next phases of Sinister, but since Sinister really isn't around, speaking around, has anybody seen the Dork Sucker? I mean, seriously. Caused all that boo-ha-ha, and then his farkle-knuckle ass disappeared. Has anybody seen him? No? Okay. We move on to number one contender matches, and our first number one contender match was for the triple threat title. Match 1 saw the Beast take on the Idol, taking on Polish Power. Not the sausages. Not the hot dogs. Control yourself, Flip. But the Idol, Steve Sampson, was able to pin Polish Power and pick up the win and move on to the title match. In match 2, we had Cats and Coy taking on Casper 2779 and Lady Assassin. And Casper of the Killer Goons picked up the win, pinning Lady Assassin. Now, we would later find out, later in the night, who they would go in the face. But first, we had one more number one contender match as JP DiMaggio defeated Fat Thomas, avenging a prior loss to him where he sat on him and let out a foul odor and a bunch of sweat. Yeah. It's horrible. On to our triple threat championship match. and we had the money ticking on Sean Puff and Quanny Fist. We were rooting for Quanny Fist to kind of, do well. We knew he wasn't gonna win, but you know, he was hoping he wouldn't get pinned. But the match just seemed to be poised to kind of take control of the match until a masked guy came out with a chair and distracted him, allowing Money to pin Quanny Fist and pick up the win. Yeah, I know. I thought the guy was going to hit him with a chair or something like that. But no, guy came out there. Looked like he was going to go after Sean Puff. And then just laughed in his face. Yeah, I know. Now, in our television championship, it was like an Umbris taking on Cloudy Diggs. And before the match even began, there was reports, not confirmed, but it would make sense, that Cloudy Diggs was attacked backstage. Now, after getting checked out by doctors, they ruled he was able to compete, and he did go to the ring, but he had to face Lycan Umbers, who dominated the match and retained his television championship. Kind of suspect, huh? In our United States Championship match, Johnathan took on the pinnacle of humanity, Adrian Christopher. And Adrian Christopher, folks, picked up the win. Oh, I don't know if that's his first singles title or not, but hey, congratulations. And in our main event, we had the Blueprint, Jackson Aries, fresh off of gaining the Intercontinental title. And he was tasked with defending it against Johnny Rocco, the belt stealer. And he stole another one, folks, as Johnny Rocco defeated the locked-in Jason Aries and is now a two-time IC champion. You know, it was like 2 years he couldn't win the damn thing. Now he's won it twice. I know. Speaking of that, there's been a lot of promos. We've been watching the God, and we've been watching the Sean Puff, and there's something that dawns on us. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And somewhere in between those three phases, there's a lot of mid-stories being told. So, it doesn't surprise us that Jermaine Walker is still talking about Survivor Series. The story isn't finished. It won't be finished until Jermaine Walker faces the Darkstalker. I'm just saying. I mean, hey, I'm going to tell you what, Messiah made a good point. As much as, certain individuals whine about things, the fact that they would even say anything about Jermaine Walker whining, which I don't think he's doing, about facing 5 guys who had to finagle their way into a title match with him, which I don't even understand why. I mean, one of them had a open contract to go face Jermaine Walker, even though he hasn't even shown up in this match yet. He would have definitely gave his Wigger a title match eventually. That's his Wigger. They would have handshake dealt that. That would have been no problem. He likes facing Brian Lieber. It's a good challenge for him. Big Mel, Mr. First Grand Slam. He's always on the title radar. It's like they gotta pull him back and give somebody else a chance. So the only one that really gained anything out of that whole thing was Sean Puff. Jackson Aries, we don't think about him. He could have probably gotten one. I'm pretty sure he would have been put in the number 1 contender match, considering his rankings. But Sean Puff was the only one that had something they really gained out of that. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, seriously. You didn't do anything. You won a match by getting somebody from the other side to throw the match. I mean, You're an idiot. You didn't accomplish anything. All you accomplished was just winning a match. I mean, seriously. I mean, what do you think, Flip? I mean, seriously. I mean, now if it had been a title match, then you took the title off of Jermaine. Well, then I could say, yeah, that was pretty good playing, but you didn't really. You got something you probably would have got anyway. From a guy that doesn't want anything to do with Jermaine Walker. Makes us scratch our heads. So yeah, I can see why it's the story. It's still the story. It's literally the only story in WPA. I mean, hell. I don't. Like, remember that time Johnathan disappeared? Yeah, remember? It went on for a while, right? Yeah, yeah. And then he came back. And the story was over, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, this week is a super mega week. And we're literally almost halfway through it, as tomorrow night will conclude the first week of this super mega World's End week. And already in World in Battle, we have the sponsored athlete Jay LeMasters in a battle today. Hold on a second, I gotta pull up the stats. That's a lot better when you pull the stats up.
Per request of the Blueprint Jackson area.
Just shut up, you bald-headed milk dud. You know, I always forget to turn the sound off on these things. It could have been worse. That could have been the master fucking talking. Then the fucking camera went off. Flip would have fell asleep. Okay, so this week, right now, as we're kind of in our first quarter of the matches. As per speculation, Machete Ramos and Flabby Boy haven't shown up for the match yet. So the Emperor Toucan Anomalium looks poised to pull out a victory. You would think that he would, as many matches as his opponent's DMP, you would think that guy would be in the top 10 by now. We're still waiting on the commish to show up and face the sponsored athlete Jayla Masters, and now hopefully he has a couple of good matches, so we're kind of surprised that, he hasn't popped up to take on. I think he would have put on a good show with the sponsored athlete to get him ready for his title match. Now, Money MF Mike is taking on Nerkahante. That is a tight battle. Polish Power and Cloudy Diggs are embroiled in another tight battle. Quanny Fist and Fat Thomas, another one that's getting kind of close. I'm pretty sure Fat Thomas is not wanting to get pinned by Quanny. Lady Assassin seems to be in full control of her match. Bobby Blaze scared off his opponents thus far and looks poised to go into the championship match for the triple threat title. Hakeo, Jason Shepard, and the Super Champion King are embroiled in a one-on-one battle unless Wolf Knight actually shows the fuck up. James Altraz and Badass Eddie Vendetti are locked in a tight battle right now for a number one contender match for the television championship. First Lady is in control over Captain Mexico to see who will face the IC champion. The Order, Mac Blakely and Red Death are locked in a tight battle with Street Fight King and South Bronx Savage. It's nice that those two teams showed up and are showing out. Good job, guys. You're still a bunch of idiots, though. The Idol Steve Sampson right now is in control of the Triple Threat Championship match, folks. But we'll see how long that lasts. Now, we have another triple threat title match as Lycan Umbras is facing the JP DiMaggio and the Beast. And as per speculation, Lycan Umbras is in control of that match, but by a slim margin. Well, yeah, he was bitching about the Beast being in it, but hey, the Beast was owed a rematch. They finally gave it to him. Now, the Pinnacle of Humanity in his first title defense is facing Martel the Carpenter. And he's in control of it, but he might want to make sure he watches his step because you never know. Martel could come around and just Johnny Rocco's taking on the Messiah, and he has him at arm's length right now. He's like in firm control of that. I don't anticipate many errors from Johnny Rocco. Not that he really cares anyway. And then in our main event, the World Championship 6-pack challenge, Jermaine Walker is locked in a battle with the Master Sean Puff, Big Mel, the Blueprint, and Brian Lieber. With Brian Lieber, Jackson Aries, and Jermaine Walker seeming to control the match. But that could change at the snap of a finger, especially with Big Mel in there. I don't anticipate the Master Sean Puff making a great impact in that. And that's pretty much all I got, folks. Philip will be coming along to give his pick of the week. And until then, you know what to do when your opponent gets in the ring. You walk that trick. Uh-huh. Yeah. I like it. Come on. Yeah. Hello and happy holidays, WPA. Once again, it is I, Philip Alexander Carrington IV, here to give you my pick of the week. And my pick this week achieved championship status as the pinnacle of humanity, Adrian Christopher, very proper name, defeated Nergahante to become the United States champion here in WPA. Now, some may say it was a fluke, some may say, how did he get there? But if you've been watching the Pinnacle, you know. Now, I won't keep you long, as I have a plane to catch, so I must get ready as I head home for the holidays and spend time with family and friends. So I bid you a happy holidays. I bid you a sweet adieu. I bid you a good day. I said, good day.